Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice, where last episode we flew over to Khura'in as fast as possible so that Dhurke could make an exchange, a hostage exchange, Founder's Orb for Maya Fey, captured, held captive by Minister of Justice Inga. Now, however, Dhurke stands behind bars accused of the murder of that very Minister of Justice, the husband of the Queen. Now that we begin our investigation, we spoke to Dhurke a little bit. Someone has come along to say our time is up. Nahyuta, it's time for the prisoner's interrogation. So begone, you putrid-headed criminal abetting lawyer. Wait, don't tell me. You're the prosecuting attorney? What? But that would mean... Is there a problem here? You bet there is. He's your father. And your point is? My relations to the accused is irrelevant. The fact remains, I am a prosecutor. No, that's not what I don't think I'm getting through to him. Nahyuta, long time no see, son. How have you been? Look. I hear you've been serving Khura'in, rather faithfully in fact. Whatever happened to our dream of taking it down and changing this country, son? The past is the past. What do you mean? Why are you doing this? It's simple. People change. Nahyuta you knew exists no more. Listen, son, I don't know what made you change like this. But you're still my boy, even if you prosecute my case. The rest of the Divine Dragons and I eagerly await your return. Whenever you're ready, we'll welcome you back with open arms. As I said, I've moved on. Now let us waste no more time, for flowers do not blossom simply from talk of the past. Nahyuta. Why do I get the feeling there's something he wants to say but can't? Guard, move the accused to the interrogation room. Yes, sir. This way, you rebel scum. Ow, watch it. Not so rough, will you? Nahyuta. Is he seriously going to prosecute his own father? Well, the music changed abruptly. And now we ask, any ideas? No, we don't. Nahyuta has taken Dhurke away. From here then, we move to the royal residence, to Amara's tomb. Let's go to the residence and then into Amara's tomb from there. Makes sense to take things step by step. I was wondering if a young lady would want to follow me around everywhere I went, but that does not seem to be the case right now. Let's head into the crime scene. So, this is the tomb of Amara, the previous queen of Khura'in. It's really lavish. I guess you could say it's fit for a queen. Is the faceless woman in that mural over there Amara? No, that's the Holy Mother. She's the one who brought spirit channeling to Khura'in. Alright, the woman in the orb. Oh, it's you two. Getting right down to business, I see. This is Emma. Hello, Emma. Hi, Emma. We heard you'd give us a hand if we needed it. Yep, Mr. Edgeworth asked me to help where I could. So, it's been quite a while since you've been back in Khura'in, I hear. Yeah, more than 10 years, in fact. Well, you sure didn't waste any time. I mean, you're already mixed up in a murder. You're as big a trouble magnet as Mr. Wright. Please don't say that. My luck's already bad enough as it is. Emma, I hear Prosecutor Sabmadi had requested your services again. He seems to have really taken a liking to you. You mean his ephemeral holiness? Stress eating again. I don't mind that he approves of me and my abilities. It's just his people skills need some serious work. But when he manages to smile and compliments my work, it's hard to say no. Plus, working on investigations overseas is but flying back and forth between here and home every few days with no days off. That's been tough, and the lack of sleep has been brutal on my skin. To make matters worse, the defendant in this case is someone I know. I mean, how could this get any worse? Sounds like they've got one complicated prosecutor-detective relationship going on. Okay, Emma, tell me what you know. Emma, have you determined the cause of death? Blood loss from a stab wound. A single stab in the back was enough to cause the victim to bleed to death. The estimated time of death is 3 PM, which is when Dhurke came out onto the scene. Inga's autopsy report has been added to the court record. Time of death is approximately 3 from loss of blood stabbed from behind. Everything that she just said, basically. Any suspects besides Dhurke? No. He, Maya, and the minister were the only ones here. And Maya had been tied up until she was freed by the Queen's Royal Guard. Someone had been hiding somewhere in here. Not likely. I was told this tomb was searched from top to bottom right after the murder. And during that time, the Royal Guard set up a perimeter to prevent anyone from escaping. In other words, the crime scene was completely sealed off. It would appear so. No way for a third party to escape without being spotted, so... Great. It's another one of those convoluted locked room mysteries. Right, the victim. About the victim, Minister Inga. He was the kingdom's Minister of Justice, correct? Yes. Inga Khura'in was the second most powerful figure in Khura'in. Plus, he was married to the Queen. Seems strange that someone of his status would abduct someone. Apparently, he only told a few of his most loyal subordinates about his plan. That way, there was little chance of the police, or even the Queen, finding out. What was Inga hoping to gain by getting his hands on the orb? I don't know, but I'm working on it. I wonder if it really was for what Paul Attition Wimperson said. I must deliver it to my benefactor at all costs. What do they want that relic for anyway? It's something to do with an old legend. My patron seeks the great power said to be granted to whoever solves a secret. A great power that is said to be bestowed on whoever solves the orb's secret. In Khura'in, only those who can channel spirits are said to be fit to rule. Was that why Inga wanted such power? Did he want to be king? Amara's tomb, let's speak about this. So this is the tomb of the previous queen? Yes, Queen Amara was laid to rest here. She lost her life in an arsonist blaze. What a tragic end. I heard this tomb sits on the actual site of her residence before it was burned down. They built it on the same spot so her soul could rest in peace. This is where the fire happened, huh? Why do you think Minister Inga was holding Miss Faye captive here? It's the perfect spot if you think about it. It's close to his private quarters, which made it easy to keep an eye on his prisoner. And the courtyard is only open to the royal family, so we had little fear of prying eyes. Plus, the tomb is normally locked, and only the royal family is allowed access. So that's why he picked this place. How long had Miss Faye been held captive? About 6 days. Really? That long? It appears that she was severely weakened by a prolonged confinement. She passed out as soon as she was freed and is now on an IV drip at the hospital. She's been asleep ever since. Poor Miss Faye. I hope she gets better soon. Emma, do you mind if we start looking around? Sure, I've already got the okay. Knock yourselves out. Oh, and here. It's a diagram the police drew of the tomb. I thought I'd give you a copy to help your investigation along. Thank you. Tomb diagram has been added to the court record. There's a broken statue on that diagram, which is one of the things I instantly noticed there. A diagram of the crime scene. Amara's sarcophagus is in the very center of the room. Oh, let me know if you need my forensic expertise. Don't you dare keep all the fun to yourselves, you hear? You don't need to worry about that. Besides, I'd hardly classify this as fun. Yeah, my life's on the line, as usual. So we've done all our talking, it's time to do our examining. Could take us a bit. This is a big room. It looks like the Holy Mother was painted here to watch over Amara's sarcophagus. So it's like this tomb is protected by the founder. That must be reassuring to those she left behind. Only one problem, they didn't paint the eyes she needs to do, said watching. Kind of think of it, she doesn't have a mouth to smile down on the tomb of either. It's actually kind of creepy. I wonder if being watched over by something like that gives the queen nightmares. Hey, keep that up, and the founder just might come and watch over you too. Let's look at the sarcophagus itself then. This is Amara's sarcophagus. Let's take a closer look. Look, stabby wings. Probably not. Nothing particularly interesting here. Well, it's the symbol that we know of. Okay, I won't look at that. Hey, these curtains open, Apollo. Okay, so there's a curtain where there's a space, where there's a key that goes in. Why would you need a key on a sarcophagus, so to say? Also, the chains holding up this bit is just a bit weird and random, isn't it? That's one big sarcophagus. They say the mummy of Amara, the former queen, rests inside. A mummy, huh? Rats, it's locked. Hey, don't touch that. You mean we can't search inside it? Not a chance. Besides, it's not something anyone would try opening anyway. What if the real killer's hiding inside? Hey, anyone in there? Don't do that. You're gonna get us cursed. Cursed? The queen likely bears a grudge toward the living after such a violent, painful death. So no one dares touch the sarcophagus for fear of incurring her wrath. Oh no, Apollo. What am I going to do? Don't look at me. You got the curse, not me. I'm fine. In any case, the sarcophagus is temperature controlled. It's kept really cold to preserve the mummy. So even if someone did decide to hide inside it, they would eventually freeze to death. Let's see. Still, if they bundled up, one person could hide in there for a little while. Anything else to check about this? We checked out the keyhole. Doesn't look to me like there's anything else to scan right here. Let's move back a bit. And what else have we got going on? There's a painting up there, but I can't see it very well from here. I guess I've got to start shifting my perspective around. Say the same thing about that, after all. Alright, let's check out here. Look, one of the statues is broken. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to see from here. Let's check it out when we get a little closer. Can't look at anything else from this angle then. What's this? It's full of ash. My guess would be this isn't an incense burner. Hey, look, Apollo. There's something in the ashes. Let's see what it is. Oh. Clicking at random, we find something. Is that a gemstone? I wonder what it's doing here. Haha! I've got this one covered, Apollo. Would you like to hear my brilliant theory? Well, I guess it wouldn't do any harm. You know how people make wishes by throwing coins into a fountain, right? Well, you know, on second thought, I'm good. What? You sure you don't need to hear my theory? I was just about to get to the good part. Let's just ask Emma. That'll be much quicker. Excuse me, Emma. What's this gemstone doing here? Oh, that. It's not a gem, it's a button. Albeit a very expensive one, from the victim's jacket. Must have fallen off and got in there somehow. See, every puzzle has an answer, Athena. Well, I thought my idea was pretty good. Wait, what's with this soot? See here on the gemstone. Hey, you're right. Right, Inga's button discovered in the ashes of the tomb's incense burners, caked in soot. Full of ash. They must burn incense in here. So I was wondering, Apollo, did the ash come from the incense sticks that were burned in this? Or do people put their incense in after there was already ash in here to hold them up? Don't be silly, Athena. The answer's simple. The ash is a product of prayers from the countless visitors who came here. It's not a chicken or the egg kind of thing. Oh, that's an interesting take on it. It's so much more poetic than mine. Is it now? Right. Well, that's scanned. That's sorted. Nothing else to look at, seemingly. There's a pattern on the floor over there. The other one looks pretty empty, to be perfectly honest. Right, let's switch the perspective then. That's not the way I wanted to go, but that brings us to a dead body place. And a phone on the floor. A phone on the floor. Guess this is where Inga collapsed when he died. Better take a closer look. A gun, a phone, and a knife. So this is the murder weapon. Emma, did you find any prints on it? Yep, and they were super clear. They belonged to one Dhurke said Maddie. That's not good. Were there any others? There was one more print from another individual, but it was too smudged to identify. It's probably an old print from someone else who had handled the knife. Oh. Yet another piece of unhelpful info to add to our ever-growing pile. A bloodstain itself. The outline. They've already taken the body away. It's kind of sad how familiar I've become with body outlines. I have a photo of the body if you're interested. Well, yeah, evidence is good. He was stabbed right in the back. The poor guy was practically skewered. What's he wearing on his arms? Those are the cuffs of justice. It seems to be a tradition here for the Minister of Justice to wear those forearm cuffs. They look like they're made of a thick fabric, so I guess they aren't for protection. Maybe they're for keeping his sleeves out of the way when handling documents. Yeah, that's probably their original purpose. But over the years, the reason for wearing them was probably forgotten. So now they're just one of many traditional things that people do without knowing why. Oh, I get it. Kind of like the way you roll up your sleeves, huh? Or your psychology, if we're going there. I happen to know why I started, thank you very much. Tomb crime photo has been added to the court record. A photo of Inga's body was stabbed in the back with a knife. And so the gathering of evidence continues. Let's next check out the phone. Is there anything else to check out in the weird bits around it? Nope. I missed. These white lines indicate where the minister's body fell. Hey, didn't Emma give us a photo of the crime scene before they took the body away? We're going to see that again, are we? Looks like he was stabbed in the back. Those things on his arms. They're called the cuffs of justice, right? Yeah, that's supposedly a traditional part of the minister's outfit. Even repeated with different dialogue. Come on, phone. There we go. Got it. I wonder if this is Inga's cell phone. It should be. His fingerprints are all over it. Do you know if he talked with anyone recently? There were a few calls logged between him and his underlings. They're all members of the secret police who were directly under the minister's control. You mean like spies? I don't think that's quite it. Alright, the phone wasn't anything for information. He brought a gun. So the minister was armed, huh? That's a 4-shot pistol. He had it in for self-defense, apparently. But it won't be firing anything anytime soon. He was carrying a broken gun around for show. No, we recovered a bullet here, which means the gun probably broke as the minister fired its last round. Thing is, the gun's chambers are all empty. Yet that one bullet is the only bullet we could find. That is strange. Where did the other 3 go? Maybe Dhurke ate them. We can ask the next time we see him. Just be ready for his predictably shocking answer. Well, that's a mystery to find. So all bullets have been discharged. They've only found 1 bullet. 3 bullets are missing. What the hell? You need to find them. Is one of them to do with the statue itself? Wow, it's covered in blood. With a blood spatter this large, it must have gotten all over the killer too. Got a thing of it. There was blood on Dhurke's clothes. The circumstantial evidence points to Dhurke being the killer. That's what I conclude if I were a cop too. Why are things always so bleak for me? The sarcophagus is surrounded by a curtain. I bet someone could have hidden behind it. True, but that's one of the many places the Royal Guard checked after storming in. Wow, they were really thorough. Yes, well, apparently one of their members loves mystery novels. He peered into every nook and cranny with an almost frightening amount of gusto. And when he was done, he said, "Very interesting. It's like one of those locked room mysteries." Sounds like he's in the wrong line of work. A little bit. Alright, should we check out these pictures now? Seemingly we've done that. There's wine over here. This is the grape juice Inga was drinking. Oh yeah, sorry, grape juice. Grape juice. He was probably nervous before his meeting with Dhurke. So we drank grape juice. I'm not seeing the logic here. Mr. Wright told me all about it when he was hospitalized a few years ago. He said grape juice has something in it that helps you relax. Really? Are you sure he was talking about regular, plain old grape juice? Because it sounds like he was talking about the fermented variety. No, he couldn't have meant that. I mean, we're talking about a medical facility. They wouldn't have allowed something like that in. Right. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. Definitely grape juice. It's like a small army of monks all neatly lined up, so hit in there, hit everything else. It looks like they're facing the sarcophagus in prayer. If you look carefully, each one has a slightly different expression. I wonder if they used real people as models. Some are frowning, some are smiling. There's one that looks like he's trying his hardest not to burst out laughing. Really? Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's like those times when things are so intense, you can't help but laugh. You know, like at funerals and stuff. They went through all the trouble of depicting that. Talk about going overboard. So that's our line of monks checked out, though the broken monk is on the other side. Is this supposed to be Amara channeling a spirit? It looks like the spirit is some country's sultan or something. And she seems to be conveying something to his retainers. She's on fire! This must be Amara's assassination as allegedly carried out by Dhurke. They've really made him look evil. This is the weirdest one of all. Is that supposed to be Dhurke facing his punishment in the afterlife? Anyway, I guess that's the last one. I guess we're supposed to see this as a happy ending. Yeah, except nobody came out of this story happy. Why would he murder his wife? Actually, you know, if I go by that logic, a lot of crimes in real life wouldn't happen, wouldn't it? Alright, let's move to the other side and check out Mr. Broken Monk. One of the statues is broken. Let's take a closer look. Ooh, hello. Oh, is that a bullet over there? It's a Magatama, I think. Did it come from the broken statue? Look, Apollo, there's another one. But the other statues only have one each. Hey, you're right. Maybe this statue was special or something? Maybe it was. So we've got two of them. But what's this up here? Oh, there's something else down there. Look, there's a bullet here. It's from the pistol the victim was carrying. My guess is he tried to shoot his attacker but missed and the bullet ended up here. We've already determined the rifling marks to be a match to his gun. Rifling marks? Aren't those... Oh, shall I explain? The science behind it is absolutely fascinating. No, we're good. Lawyers, think they're so smart. You do realise we can hear you. Right, so that's the bullet they found. But what's this down here? Huh, there's something shining down there. It's a pendant. There's blood on it. I wonder who it belongs to. All we know is it's not the victim's. No one in the royal family recognised it. Emma, did you lift any fingerprints from it? I did, but I wasn't able to get a clean one. That's too bad. But the blood turned out to be the victim's. That means it must have fallen here in the course of the murder. It might be Dhurke's. I should ask him about it later. So the pink butterfly pendant has been added to court record. A pendant adorned with a pink butterfly. The fingerprint is yet to be analysed, but the blood belongs to Inga. So we got what's shining. Let's look inside. This thing's more splintered than statue now. The bullet from the victim's gun did a real number on it. Seems like something you'd get cursed for, you know? In Mr. Inga's case, I'd say getting your ticket punched is curse enough. Yeah, but don't curses extend to the afterlife? You need to stop taking what Nahyuta says so seriously. I'm perfectly capable of thinking for myself. Are you, Athena? I don't know sometimes. Alright, looks like we've checked everything. Looks it, doesn't it? Alright, it's a chair back here. Miss Faye was apparently tied to this chair. Let's take a closer look. I'm gonna have to take a closer look at the chair. We should try to cover every angle possible here. Slide the touchscreen. Or use the circle pad to look around carefully in this area. Oh, that's important, is it? Let's check the rope first. I bet you didn't know, but I happen to be a bit of an escape artist myself. She showed me how to do a rope escape trick. And why would you bother learning something like that? Because we're always getting into trouble when working cases with Mr. Wright. Very true. So I thought it might come in handy someday. Well, I guess you're right about that. Miss Faye could have definitely used that knowledge. That's right. So now you just sit right there and we'll get started. Yes, let's escape from a chair while someone has a gun in front of us holding us hostage. That's a great idea. Wonder what gave you the idea. I wanted to learn. Let's look at the chair from this angle first of all. Poor Miss Faye. She must have been tied up to this chair. Just imagine how much her backside must have hurt after sitting here for so long. It would have been torture for you, I bet. I mean, you don't know how to sit still. By that you mean I like to stay active, then I have to agree with you. Alright, time to scoop us around and find a little bit of blood on the back leg. Look, there's a blood stain on one of the chair legs. Really? Hey, you're right. I completely missed that. Let's move the chair so we can check under it. There's more blood under the chair leg. I wonder what it's doing there. I have some luminol here. Why don't you do some testing around it? That I will then. Not on the blood itself. Let's go up. I'm not even getting a reaction on the blood. Oh! Look! The bloodstain leads all the way to the sarcophagus. Wow, I scanned quite far, didn't I? Emma, is this Mr. Inga's blood? Hold on 1 second. Huh? That's strange. I didn't get a match. So then, whose blood is it? Dhurke and Miss Faye weren't wounded as far as we know. And the blood's been wiped up by someone for some reason. Yeah, that's strange too. A mysterious bloodstain has been added to the court record. Is there anything else to check out at this point? If we move the chair, we check the chair, we moved the positioning of the chair, we found ourselves new bloodstains. Oh, something's to check there. That's the blood itself now. I tried to look over that. There's a bloodstain on the floor. It's already been mostly wiped up, but the stain leads all the way to the sarcophagus. I wonder whose blood it is. Okay, it's just a little bit of extra dialogue on that. Okay, I think we're done with the chair then. I can't get around the back of it to look even more. Let's look at this mural then. A baby on a lotus blossom. That's one strange painting. Apparently that's part of a mural depicting the life and times of Queen Amara. You know, like a storyboard or something. So that baby's supposed to be Amara. This one depicts Amara preaching to the faithful. It's hard to put into words, but I've never seen anything like it. Let's see, the next one is... Is that Dhurke? Why does he have horns? My best guess is it depicts the first time Amara and Dhurke met. So he's supposed to be some kind of demon who's seducing her. Well, he was successful since they got married after that. The mural continues on the opposite wall. Well, we've already seen the result of everything else on the opposite side at this point in time. Alright, nothing more seemingly going on there. So there must be something else I'm yet to investigate or examine, because we've not been given the all clear for the area just yet. However, maybe we've got to test some luminol on the sarcophagus itself, considering the blood trail leads there. But that we'll test out next episode on Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice. Join me as our investigation continues. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.